boy, it's me, Giomi, and today I wanted to talk about Melee. If you guys don't know, the whole free Melee movement is still kind of going, but it kind of died down because of Sephiroth. And if you guys don't know what's been happening, basically Melee was having a tournament called the Big House Tournament, but it got canceled. Long story short, a big movement called Free Melee and Save Smash kind of came through. But then I kept thinking to myself, right? And I kept thinking of other points of view, whether it's from Nintendo's points of view or it's from the OG Brawl's points of view of how the Melee community used to be. And believe it or not, it used to be extremely toxic. Like, whoo, boy, extremely toxic back in the day. That's why when you look at Leffen's Twitter, he gets so butthurt about what he said in the past because even he knows it's toxic. But that doesn't matter here. What matters is how Melee should realize how lucky it is to be a thriving community, because every other every other every other esports game only has one. Street Fighter V, they have multiple games in the Street Fighter series, but Street Fighter V is the only one that's officially supported by Capcom. Bandai Namco only supports Tekken 7 for their fighting game. Riot Games only supports League of Legends for their main MOBA game. Call of Duty, they only support their latest entry for their esports scene. And granted, when Blizzard makes the new Overwatch 2 game, we know that Overwatch 2 is going to be the main head, right? So why does Melee get the special treatment when every other esports has to adapt to the next game? Why is it that Melee gets the special treatment? It makes no sense. Now, let's look at it from Nintendo's point of view, right? Whoo, boy, we're about to make a lot of money. We got the biggest fighting game in the world called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We are going to start a circuit. We're going to make this Twitter account called Nintendo Versus, and we're going to do Mario Kart 8, Splatoon, and Smash Ultimate. It's going to be the biggest thing. Let me just talk to the TOs and be like, hey, yo, we're ready. Yeah, and then the TOs, hey, yo, what up, Nintendo? Hey, you down to do a tournament? Oh, yeah, it's got to be Ultimate. But what about Melee? Bitch, you think we get money from Melee? And that's what it is at the end of the day. Nintendo does not get any financial gain from hosting Melee anymore. They don't sell any more GameCubes, they don't sell any more CRTs, and they certainly don't sell any more Melee. And you can argue that, oh, but Slippy's free now and you can use Slippy, and that's fine and dandy. But is Nintendo going to earn anything more financially? Now, I'm cool with Melee being a competitive scene, but like, hear me out, right? To keep both communities happy, to keep Nintendo just supporting Ultimate, because in the end, that's what they want, right? And to keep Melee happy, you get the big sponsors, HTC, Red Bull, supporting Melee, and you get the big N supporting Smash Ultimate. That's my solution. Granted, it's not the best solution. I can only imagine Melee is going to be like, oh, but we want a circuit too. We want to be supported by Nintendo. But you already spoke out and you said you don't want Nintendo support anymore. Granted, I don't even want Nintendo support with how shady they seemed. But I feel like at the end of the day, and as much as I like Melee, and especially watching Melee, you guys have it lucky. you guys have it lucky. You guys do. Like, every other game would have moved on. You guys stayed. And I feel like there has to be a happy medium between keeping Nintendo satisfied and keeping Melee satisfied. Financially and for the scene. That is my video. Have a good night.